In this lecture, we'll be exploring hashing and hash table. So basically, hashing is a very common technique for storing data in such a way that the data can be inserted and retrieved very quickly. And in order to implement hashing, we make use of hash tables, and hash table is provided by default in the .NET Framework library. It resides under the namespace system.collections. So here you can see some of the constructors for the hash table that we have, and some of them that we will be utilizing is this one. So you have a default hash table, and then you have a hash table where you can specify the capacity. And if you just explore this, you'll find that capacity basically means the approximate number of elements that the systems.collections.hashtable object can initially contain. So here in our code, if you see, we have created a hash table with 25 as the capacity. And here we are adding some keys to it, like salary, name, age, department. And one more way of adding key value is using the index syntax. So here we are saying symbols, and then we are specifying the key and then the value associated with it. After that, we are looping through all the keys that we have in this hash table, and then we are showing all the values that we have in this hash table. And finally, here, if you notice, we are showing the key as well as the value that it contains. So you can see, in order to retrieve a value, you can use the index syntax, so symbols, and then you provide the key name, and that will give you the value associated with that key in the hash table. So let's go ahead and quickly run this to see it in action. And here you can see the keys are being printed first: name, salary, gender, department, age, and then the values over here: David, the salary, male, that's the gender, information technology, and then 45. And here you can see the key value pair being printed together. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the utility methods that the hash table class provides. So we have over here a method called count, which is going to return total number of items that are present in the hash table. Then we have clear. This is going to remove all the elements of a hash table. And if you want to remove a single element from a hash table, we can make use of the remove method. Here you need to provide the key, and the key value pair will be removed from the hash table. And then we have this contains key, which is used for finding whether a key exists or not. So you can use this before removing an item from the hash table or key from the hash table. Similarly, you have contains values, which is exactly what contains keys for key. And it also gives you a Boolean result whether it's present or not. So if you say this key is existing or not, if it exists, then you can obviously move ahead and remove it. Similarly, if you want to find out whether a value is there in the hash table or not, you can use contains value, and it will return either true or false. So that was hashing and hash table in .NET Framework.